Cool. All right, here we go. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream. In this one, we're going to be talking about episode 6 of the Bad Batch, and we are joined here by Jedi Knight.
Yeah.
I'm back. Yeah, I won't be able to make it to every single one of these, but when I do, it's...
Yeah, it's definitely a pleasure to have you here every time, man. The more the merrier, you know what they say.
I know, it's just the problem is that I'm working a little more now, so I can't really make it to every one of these anymore.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, no problem at all, mate.
All right.
By the way, before we start, do you want to share your project with everyone and the live stream that we're going to make in the future?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, everybody, I have a little announcement. I'm doing a little project involving Star Wars The High Republic. I've decided that I'm going to try and fix it because the way Disney's been doing it, it's like, it's not exactly what I don't get why they're doing it. So I've decided to take some of the characters from there as well and try to fix the entire era as a whole. And I'm hoping to maybe share some details on a live stream that we're going to do. I think we said June 15th, wasn't it? Like, Luke, I was talking with you about it. We agreed June 15th. Yeah, I'm going to try and do it June 15th. And feel free to join because I would love to hear some of your thoughts, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and kind of the gray area. I think it would be fun, and I'd love to try and fix this, like, because I genuinely want this era, and I don't want to see it go to waste like they're doing now. I think the characters have potential, and I think maybe with a little touch-up and a few fixes, we can do it.
I agree. Why not?
Definitely. I think that's going to be awesome. And I think you're going to do a better job than they did. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. From what I've heard regarding the project, it's definitely going to be a fix. Like, they couldn't have done it worse than they did, basically. So, yeah. Anyway, before we begin with the episode discussion review, do we want to go over a few comments?
Yeah, sure. You were actually talking about that before we started.
Yeah, we were commenting on.
Yeah, you know, some people.
Well, I'm gonna take them and try and give them how I would envision their counterparts would be if they were.
Hey man, you're cutting out for some reason. We can't hear you well.
Yeah, it's either your connection or your headphones. One of those two.
You there?
Anyway, Luke, do you want to go over the comments that we saw?
Yeah, I'm just going to scroll over upwards. Some people have been talking about whether episode 6 of The Bad Batch is woke and stuff like that. And I can somewhat understand why they think so, but just going to find the comment before we go on.
I think it's all the way up. One of them was on the post, and the other one, I think, was in the chat somewhere. But nevertheless, yeah. There's no need to bring up the comment. You know, we could just address it like this, and
Well, basically, the thing is, some people have said that it's woke because of the Martyr sisters, and about a year ago, before the final season of the Clone Wars came out, we were discussing. We thought the way Disney was going with every single part of their, well, let's say, company, each franchise with the wokeness and all that crap. We thought that it was going to be woke simply by seeing the Martez sisters with the shit of a hairstyle, if you know what we mean. Because every time they did something like that, it turned out to be an ultra-feminist that hates men, etc. You know, and we're glad to say that wasn't the case with the Martez sisters, even though the story arc with them in the Clone Wars wasn't that.
It wasn't that good. It was just, I think it was a waste of time because we only had 12 episodes. You know, if we had a full season of the Clone Wars, for season 7, which would be like 22 episodes or, even more, I would like to see that. But yeah, it's kind of a waste, when you have like only 12 episodes and the 4 episodes out of the 12 you waste on a story arc like that, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not a problem now with the Bad Batch, if you ask me. Let's say it's the same formula as with the Clone Wars. It might be a filler of some sort, like it was in the Clone Wars with the Martez sisters. But with the Bad Batch, we're expecting multiple seasons, and it's not a waste that much as it was in the Clone Wars, because we know we're only getting 12 more episodes, and 4 of them we've already seen, which was the Bad Batch unfinished ones. And technically, the only new ones that are awesome was the Siege of Mandalore, and it's just shoehorned in and not very interesting when you look at it.
Yeah, the thing is, I know we're talking about the Bad Batch right now, but I just gotta mention, like, every time somebody mentions the Siege of Mandalore, I just gotta say it was freaking awesome. I just loved it, and I love how they tied it in with Episode 3. That was perfect.
Visually,
it was so enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it's just visually it looked. I think visually it just looked amazing.
Yeah, it did indeed.
Yeah, I agree.
Crap.
Now, to the wokeness part, I think that what makes something woke is not how people look, it's more how they act. That's basically the idea of wokeness, acting the way they do. So it's not about what they look like, despite their hairstyle being horrible. So I wouldn't call that woke. And believe us, guys, we're the first ones who will call something out on being woke, because we're greatly against it. And this wasn't woke. They just look that way. It's a shit design, if you ask me, but okay, could be better, honestly. So yeah. You got anything?
It's like cooking.
Anything to add?
It's like if you're cooking something. Yeah, I'm saying.
For now, it's only about
look.
hairstyle. The sisters are just garbage, as Carlos said over here. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just, the thing is, it's good that it's like, I don't know. I still don't know. I gotta see more.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad as I was expecting it to be, and I immediately, when I saw the preview, I was like, oh god, no, not them again. But honestly, it wasn't that bad as I expected it. And the episode was...
I didn't notice them.
Yeah, really?
I was going to say, I didn't notice them in the preview.
Well, it wasn't so much a preview as I saw some spoilers that they were going to be in it, That's what I meant with the preview.
Yeah, you can't always trust leaks, though.
Yeah, true. But I saw the image with them and Wrecker in the same shot, like at the end of the episode, so yeah. Although, how would you rate this episode? Like, in comparison to the last one? I know you weren't there on the last live stream, but the last one was, I think, the weakest one out of these 6 that we have now.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this one was... Personally, I think this one was awesome in terms of action. It was just, with the Martez sisters returning, it was a little bit of a shock for me, because I didn't know if they were ever going to come back. I thought they were just one-offs for the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I thought so too, actually. And the thing is, I just wish they stay out of this. I would rather see Rex on their side than the sisters. If you know what I mean.
All in good time, my friend. All in good time.
I think they're gonna be just, good old Disney, and just make us wait for the last possible moment to see Rex, because they know what we want, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah, the ending of the episode is, for some reason, to me, it feels like Star Wars Rebels, when we were expecting to see who Fulcrum is. I have that kind of vibe here.
Well, I guess they're doing the same deal with this one. All right, so with that being said, Luke, do you want to go over and switch over to the video? And let's slowly start going over the episode.
Okay, here we are.
All right, let me go ahead and just shut down the banner. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I'm just going to begin with that. Okay. Decommission is the name.
All right.
Whatever. Also, this is a much better
Here we go.
Yeah. This is a much better shot of Ord Mantell, if you ask me.
Yes, it
comparison to the
is.
last one.
And looks like they added some color to it as well, if I'm not mistaken. It used to be more grayed out in the last, episode.
I think it's because of the
Although it's
lighting.
nighttime.
Yeah, it's probably different time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Just gonna.
All right, let's go over.
I love these shots with these let's call them shitty areas in the galaxy, like the scum and villainy area part of the city. That's what it seems like to me every time I see it.
It's basically the intergalactic ghetto.
Yeah. Although you wouldn't expect it on Ord Mantell, since it used to be a famous Republic world base, in Star Wars: The Old Republic. So
you can basically just expect it on any city planet at this point.
True. Although I think it's
Pretty
a bit
much
different on this planet. Like, it's not covered up with higher buildings like it is in Coruscant. Over here, you can see the sunlight. I mean, the light of the sun here, as you can see in the alley.
And yes, and then this person right here is about to get jumped in a few seconds.
Oh yeah,
he's about to get jumped by stormtroopers or thugs,
or almost shot by Omega.
God damn it, Omega! Why?
Right now, Omega has the aim of a stormtrooper. She would really fit in nicely.
Yeah, but she's a protagonist, so she can't.
I know. She'll improve over time, I guess, though.
You know what really came to mind when watching this scene, when she's like randomly firing it in the cantina bar or whatever it is, Just like, why would Sid allow them to shoot up her bar? If you know what I mean. Like, why?
Because why not? Because why not?
The plot required it to.
Or why would she allow them to scare off customers, for example? I mean,
she just has horrible food.
Who knows? I don't know. Although I think I'm really liking the way she got this bow and arrow. Let's call it that way. I mean, I didn't expect it to be an actual blaster bolt when she shoots it. That's what I really like about it. I don't think we've ever seen something like that. The Night Sisters don't have the same type of weapon. I think, at least.
Yeah, we might have seen something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I guess this is like a Nigerian thing.
Maybe it was just
by the way,
Stun to Kill.
Maybe. Looks good though. Honestly, when she pulls it, for some reason it has a feeling like, if you guys watched some of those mythological movies like Greek mythology or whatever, like when Zeus is holding a lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's how it feels when she's about to shoot it. When it's how would I say it? When she pulls the string or whatever.
Yeah. She's literally like pulling a handle, and then the thing appears when she pulls it back.
Yeah, and it disappears if she's not going to fire it.
Yeah.
Also, I've heard that these two guys we're seeing here who are betting, which is an awesome thing. I think it really feels like Star Wars when they're just being scum right next to them and having fun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, drinking.
I think that they were from the last episode, but I heard someone mention that they were seen somewhere in the Martez sisters arc. I'm not really sure if that's correct, but
really,
if someone, yeah, I think they were seen somewhere over there, like for a moment. I'm not sure, but
who cares?
Interesting though. Yeah, who cares? Okay, yeah, here we are with that. It appears. You guys have anything to add to this part?
Omega looks like she's constipated.
She got to get thick.
Thicker than Wrecker.
Yeah, Wrecker is like Shrekker.
Yeah, she should really look up to Wrecker and just get some muscle on.
That is if he doesn't turn on him later in the show.
Yeah, I think he will.
He's gotta stop banging his head onto things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he even has a brain. Even has a brain.
Maybe he has half a brain. Like you can see one half of his face being scarred.
It's just the size of a pea. It's just a pea-sized brain.
Possibly. You know what I think is good with this? Her aim is really shit. So I think that kind of just remember in the first episode when she shoots Crosshair's sniper.
Mm-hmm.
It means it was an accident. Definitely now.
Mhm.
Like everyone
now
thought that she was going to be overpowered. I actually had a theory that she was going to be the replacement for Crosshair with good aiming and stuff like that. But I don't think
It
so.
turns out
I guess like maybe she improves over time with the bow, but we'll see. What they do with the character.
Yeah, I think
I
that
was gonna say like she's just.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the fact that she shot Crosshair's blaster out of his hand. I had a feeling that it was gonna be leading to exactly what you said, but it turns out it was just pure luck. But then again, Obi-Wan doesn't believe in luck, does he?
You know what they say? Maybe beginner's luck. It was the will of the Force. You can always cover it like that.
It was the will of the being of whatever the hell they call it in the Star Wars universe. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that's what a normie would say.
I think that I think that she really needs a costume change. Like this is already getting really boring regarding what she's wearing. She needs some type of uniform. I would love to see a mini Bad Batch armor on her or something like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Just throw on some shoulder pads at least or something like that.
Or some unique helmet for her or something like that when they go into missions. Would be much more professional because she seems like it seems like they picked her up on the streets and she's just like coming along everywhere they go. That's how it feels to me.
Yes. Although the thing is, they don't really have resources to get her a helmet,
Yeah, they're still working jobs for Sid, and they gotta start saving, or else they're gonna screw themselves.
And plus, Echo has to get his arm upgraded as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in regards to the Lego set images, it seems like he's gonna have a full arm, which would definitely be better, as we talked before about it.
Yeah,
he doesn't seem complete.
As Adam said here in the comments, it's really stupid not getting her any disguise. It's not about disguise, actually. It's about protection, I guess. At least keep her protected. Just get her some armor or something.
They risk every time they go somewhere with her. And
yes,
every time something bad happens, basically. Every single time.
Yeah.
That's also, another thing in regards to Echo is why is his skin still pale and why does he still have all those things in his head? It's like... It just because I think he was supposed to get all that stuff removed from what I've seen with the unseen reels on the Clone Wars, and his skin was going to go back to normal.
That's a very good question, honestly, and I think that it should go. I mean, let's say that half a year has passed since he joined the Bad Batch. Let's say,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why his skin wouldn't go back to normal.
Yeah, because it was only pale due to the fact that he was kept in a cryogenic container for a while.
Yeah. And I never thought about the tubes, the holes in his head. I don't know why they simply didn't remove it.
Yeah. It just doesn't look like Echo to me.
I remember, like, in the Clone Wars when Echo and Fives would show up, like they did. I mean, the first time they showed up for the second time was in season 3. Like after the Rookies episode, you see their backstory in season 3, and then you see how they become ARC troopers, And then after it, also in season 3, you get to see, Lola Sayo when they go into the Citadel. Every time we saw them, it was really exciting to see them again, if you ask me.
True.
But over here, I don't get that feeling anymore for some reason. Like,
I think it's just not this.
Yeah.
I think it's just not the same without Fives.
Yeah, and when seeing Fives, it was way more special than seeing Echo here. I just don't know why. Maybe I don't know. The final arc with Fives when he discovers.
Is there an Echo in here? Oh God, that quote was weird. That quote felt really out of place for some reason.
Yeah, that was weird indeed.
Like, I don't get the point of it. What did she mean by "is there an Echo here"?
I don't know, but it was funny seeing her and Omega go at it with each other.
Oh yeah. Well, let's move on a bit. Okay.
So I guess I could say a Trace 0, Omega 1. Or the other way around.
You know, I think whoever you match up with the Martez sisters, they always fall flat, if you ask me.
Except for Rafa.
Well, yeah, she's like a older sister bitch when you look at her.
Out of both of them, I think Rafa's the only one I actually genuinely like because she's not a complete ass of herself. Well, she didn't make an ass of herself.
Oh yeah, I remember in the Clone Wars when Trace, that was really stupid, but apparently it was they needed it for the plot. You know, they needed a stupid character that would let out all the spice into hyperspace.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was incredibly dumb, but yeah.
Honestly, I would have just taken Rafa's advice and just be like, play it cool. We're not gonna die. We're not gonna get our heads cut off. We're not gonna be used for sex slaves.
Hey guys, look at the background. Is that a battle droid commander head?
Oh yeah, it is. I didn't notice that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. These are, I'm guessing, golden credits, silver ones, and I don't. Oh, is that an X or something like that? The red.
I think it's just a red circle.
Yeah, it's a red circle. I don't know what that gives you.
Absolutely nothing.
And I guess half of the machines don't even work in that bar because Omega is literally shooting at one.
Well, yeah. Can you expect Sid to pay for all those renovations? The bill must be through the roof.
I still don't understand why they would let her shoot up the bar and get the customs out, basically.
Just be grateful she's not shooting up a school.
Oh, I'm looking at the machine behind them. Like, are those clone helmets? Like, if they have battle droids, but I can't.
No, bro, that is something else.
It looks like an old 50s jukebox.
Yeah.
You know, I really think that Sid is an interesting character. We're probably going to see her, like, Ord Mantell seems to be like their home base now. That's how it feels to me. Like,
at least for now.
What?
At least for now, until they don't, if they switch somewhere.
Maybe, yeah.
Things could escalate.
But I think they're going to go back to it every single time. What I enjoyed about this scene specifically, like, although, yeah, this was really Star Wars-ish. She got him out despite him being customers or whatever. But when she fired the bow thing, that was really, well, it seemed very precise and professional. I don't know. Just going to skip to it.
That was really cool. Yeah.
And also, this episode generally gave me vibes of the when the Empire attacks Mustafar in Battlefront 2, the original one.
Really?
Fighting against the Separatists. You know, always nice to see some battle droids after the Clone Wars because it's kind of a rarity. And this,
I just wish we actually got to see a full-on Separatist holdout in this episode, because that's what I thought they were going to do, like invade a real Separatist holdout.
Maybe they're going to do it eventually. I'd love to see that.
Eventually.
And I would love to see. I would love to see Rex help them out, because we all know how he loves to blast them clankers.
Yeah, I mean the Separatist holdouts are canon, so it's not impossible.
Would be even cooler if they literally took it out from Battlefront 2 and went to Mustafar to stop the Geonosian trying to rebuild the droid army.
Kill Geisor Delso.
Although that would be a much better storyline for the Imperial side of this.
Yeah,
series, with Crosshair or something.
I think next episode we're probably going to see another Imperial story with Crosshair.
I would hope so, because I think we need more of the Empire side here. That's the more interesting part of the Bad Batch, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we keep talking about, but at the same time, they're not really providing it.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought those
on the Bad Batch.
I thought those troopers were going to be actual clones, but I guess they were just starting the recruitment process.
That was very soon.
I kind of made a joke in that episode when Crosshair did the thing. I was like, holy shit, Crosshair's gone mad.
Yeah, although I think he's going to be redeemed, definitely, eventually.
I know, but still, he's gone fucking mad.
although I wouldn't like to see. I think Wrecker is definitely gonna eventually blow up in their face or something like that. But I wouldn't want him to see a long. I wouldn't want him to have a long-term turn to the Empire side because he's just too big brother-ish. If you know,
maybe he's gonna have like a damaged inhibitor chip, just like Wolf, I believe, in Rebels.
No. Wolf?
Yeah, Wolf. Like, you know how he acted when he saw Kanan, right?
Oh, oh yeah. He immediately started firing. He's like the Jedi.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about,
revenge.
Man. Maybe they do
Honestly,
the same thing to Wrecker as well.
There could be a chance they could actually find a way to get the inhibitor chips out. Like Tech might find a way to do it.
Yeah, he was working on something. Yeah. And the thing is, what I think is going to happen is eventually I think they're going to come into contact with Ahsoka. And what's going to happen is Wrecker is probably going to start shooting at her.
Yeah, that's actually a possibility after seeing the last scene of the episode. Maybe. Who knows?
Honestly, I kind of wish it wasn't Ahsoka. I'm kind of hoping for another Jedi, like a different one.
Yeah.
Because I know in canon, Opa Rin Sissa survives along with Quinlan Voss.
Really?
Yeah, in canon, Opa Rin Sissa survives. It's seen in the Darth Vader comics. If you go to I don't know which one it was, but there's a scene in that comic where they were looking over the list of possible Jedi survivors, and if you translate the letters from Arabic to real life, it said that it translates to the fact that Opa Rin Sissis is one of the survivors, possibly.
I don't know. Honestly, I actually prefer him going out on Saleucami,
Yeah, it was better.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't really get to see Opa Rin Sissis that much in action,
I would have loved to, because, he has 4 arms. Why not just show us what it would look like when he's fighting with them visually?
That's what I want to see, man.
Yeah, that's the interesting part. Like, when you say it that way, I'd love to see Opa Rin Sissis in the live action and, having a fight or something with his tail and arms or whatever. But at the same time, I wouldn't want them to contradict the EU simply because of myself, because I wouldn't know which to choose if it turns out to be really good in this series.
Yeah. Also,
if you know what I mean.
I have a feeling that mysterious figure at the end is either Rex or if it's a Jedi, because I don't think we've seen the last of the Jedi in this series.
Yeah, definitely not. I think we're definitely going to see it. But for some reason, you know why, I'm just going to skip a bit. Why I think it's going to be Ahsoka most probably is because of the droid R7. At the ending of the Clone Wars, when the Venator crashed and when they buried all the clones, you can see R7, Ahsoka's droid, throughout the Clone Wars. You can see it in pieces, sitting right next to the 501st Y-wing behind Rex in the scene. And here you see the exact same colored R2 unit with Rafa and the Martez sisters. Although, go on.
What part of me wished about the Clone Wars is that Jesse didn't die. Part of me wishes he was still alive.
True, in a way.
Yeah,
he's such an awesome character. Although
he was very underused.
Yeah, definitely. Generally speaking, I think the whole, let's call them, band of 501st characters was underused. Like the ones we see in Saleucami with the Cut LaQuain episode for the first time. We see Jesse, hard case and Kix, and you only see him in Umbara and season 7 of the Clone Wars. I think that's about it.
I'm surprised Kix didn't become an ARC trooper.
Yeah, that's very weird. Although,
but then again, can you be a medic and an ARC trooper as well?
Yeah, I think you can actually.
I think before season 7, the last time we saw Kix was in the, when the Separatists kidnapped the Togruta colonists. That episode when the ATTs blow up. I think Kix is over there and treating some wounded clone. So that's like the last time we see him before season 7.
Actually, Actually, I think he was in the conspiracy arc of the inhibitor chips.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah,
He was
in the
actually.
conspiracy.
He was also in the bar when Fives went to the Cone Bar 99. Is that what it was?
79s.
I believe
79s. 79s, yeah.
Surprised it wasn't 69s.
Oh, let's not go there, huh?
Noob Master.
I
Noob
had to.
Master 69. I actually
Nice.
saw a guy called Noob Master. He took it from Avengers Endgame.
Oh god, that was a funny but a little bit overused quote.
Yeah. Very cliche to be Noob Master.
I hate to say it, but when it was in the theater on opening night, I actually was laughing at that. I don't know why. It was just
everything was hilarious, honestly. With Thor and Meek, and Korg.
Yeah, Meek, Korg, Meek, and Thor, and Valkyrie.
That was awesome. Thank you, Thor. Thank you, Thor.
I love it when Valkyrie just points to all those beer cans. She's just like, yeah, it's that. That was great.
You know what's the worst part? What? I don't see a problem with what they're doing whatsoever. Playing games and drinking. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's what we do for a living. Even though I'm still underage in my country.
The thing is, we men, we need that. And I can see it. Like, our spouses can't live that way, but I can literally do that every single day for the rest of my life, and I have no problem at all. I don't care. Sit on my computer and do something that matters.
It's a peaceful
what I want to
life.
do. I just want to sit, drink, and play KOTOR 1 and 2. That's all I want to do. Just keep playing KOTOR for the rest of my life.
We're very, how would you say it? We don't need much at all.
No.
Yeah.
I have a good job.
Well, as Galen Erso said, it's a simple life.
Yep. You guys have a simpler life too.
Then we have Krennic coming up to them and saying,
farming.
Gaming, really?
Farming. Gaming, really?
Gaming, really?
In this case, who would be Orson Krennic?
Probably a mom.
Or the dad.
Could be both. It's a bit of both, actually, yeah.
Yes, and then our girlfriends are basically Lyra Urso, even though I'm not dating anyone. You two, at least. Actually, Luke Morley, less. She comes up and then she's just like, "You will never win." Someone says, "Do it," and then she's like,
technically,
"Do it."
when you look at it, I think the dad would be the one to be Orson Krennic. He comes up, he destroys all your toys and your life. Like that's literally a metaphor when he comes in and breaks your computer.
Honestly, like I love that part in Rogue One where Krennic's like, "Do it," because it just shows he doesn't give a shit.
And he says it calmly. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it now, Lord Vader.
Do it now, Director Krennic.
Now that we're on this scene, I really love how they use the same thing in episode 5 that they use with the Falcon.
Yeah. I love how they're actually...
Yeah, he gets this foreshadowing to that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the thing is, I really like the shots of Corellia that they used over here. It's really nice how they colored the entire place, and just the lighting is perfect.
Yeah.
And I see more of Corellia.
They literally wanted you to connect it to Solo Star Wars story with some of the scenes and the colors. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird because Corellia, it doesn't look like, I know it's a city world, but it doesn't look like that from here. It kind of looks like Hosnian Prime from the sequels in a way.
Oh, don't give me that bullshit.
No, really.
No,
in
let's
all
just keep it Corellia.
I mean, no. In all seriousness, though, it kind of look. I don't know.
I don't know what Hosnian Prime is. Just
it's that city world that was destroyed in fucking Force
Awakens. I know what it is, but I don't want to know. If you know what I mean. Like sequel trilogy. No.
I know. I'm not trying to compare anything. I'm just saying it.
I know. I'm just joking.
I know. Okay.
That's the thing. Well, I mean, I didn't like this. I didn't like Solo Star Wars story, but what I do admit is very good in the movie is the designs for everything, basically the vehicles, the trooper types, the aliens, everything. I love it all, and I think it all should be a part of Star Wars. But generally, I would just throw away. Just imagine if Solo Star Wars Story was with a different ship, let's say the Outrider or something, some unique ship like that with different characters, because I can't take these new guys seriously as Han and Lando. I just can't. It's not.
And with what they did to Lando, we're not going to discuss that. It's
let's not go there.
Yeah, we're not. We never speak of. Let's make a pact that we never speak of it. We just let them have their sick. Let's just let them have their sick fantasies, and we keep to Orlando Calrissian, and we never speak of it. Let's make a pact right here and now.
Before I ruin it even more, his new name is Landonis Balthazar Calrissian, by the way.
Yeah, right, just shut up.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I should just shut it. Okay. I think we saw this ship before. I can't remember where, but maybe it was in Solo already, or like flying over Corellia or something.
I don't remember this ship. Then again, I never saw Solo-ish.
Oh, you didn't?
Well, I saw a few clips, but I don't remember. From what I've seen, I don't remember seeing that ship. Unless I could have just been blind.
Well, it's not really a memorable movie, so it's justified.
Yeah. It depends on what specifically you're talking about in the movie, but yeah, not really memorable, generally speaking, in comparison to the other movies. Okay, so basically, if I understood it correctly, they came to the planet thanks to the ship. It basically what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it allowed them to go through the planetary defenses without getting noticed.
And also their shuttle is, if I remember correctly, advanced regarding stealth or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how they hooked up to the ship and the wings were actually level with the ship that they were hooked on. Yeah. So that means the wings don't really have to be all the way down like they are right now, or at a 45-degree angle, which is what they're using right now. Just pretty cool.
Wait, guys, I just thought of something.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really cool as a cool Easter egg.
Yep.
What if we saw all the statues of Revan, Bastila, Zalbar, Mission, Canderous, and all those guys? Like, what if they just did a giant wide shot of them flying over the planet, and then we see the statues of Revan and his crew?
Yeah, that would actually be very cool.
Because it was Corellia that they put the statues on, right?
Yeah. They had a museum for them, basically, if I remember, in Star Wars: The Old Republic. The MMO. I remember Axial Park, and then you had the museum where you go and take the missions, and you literally it was overflowing with in their timeline, the history of the galaxy from their point of view, which was basically KOTOR 300 years before the events of SWTOR. Mm-hmm. And really, really nice things. Although, when you look at it, since they were considered Jedi heroes and Corellia was, a Republic planet, I doubt that the Empire would let them keep it. Definitely not. Yeah. I think that they are the type that would burn books and destroy history just for the sake of it, because they're against the Jedi or whatever.
Yeah, that really reminds me of someone back in the 40s. But anyway, there's a comment over here I want to address. TK526 said, let's see. I want to see the Bad Batch do some ship space combat. I want to see that too, because I want to see what their shuttle is capable of.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's always cool to see. And especially in the animation that they did in the Clone Wars style, that could be really fun.
This part here is definitely supposed to be reminiscent of Solo when it begins. We just take a look at it.
And now that you're on this scene, you were complaining last time about how they're always using a circular landing pad, where here's a new landing pad, bro.
Although,
you were complaining about that. Why?
No, I wasn't complaining. I just said that every time in the first 5 episodes they land somewhere, it has a circular landing pad, just like on Tatooine.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't complaining. He was observing.
But when you look at it, this actually is a landing pad, even though they're technically not allowed to land there.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that no one noticed them, honestly. You can see the ship right next to it, the one we saw in the Clone Wars countless times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
this is
no
a
one
proper
noticed.
landing pad.
I'm surprised nobody actually noticed them just waltz right in. They must have been too distracted with, like, I don't know, doing drugs or something, and they're just like, oop, boop, 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 we're walking in. They just do that old classic stereotypical mustache twirling sneak around where they're like, they just start tiptoeing over with the hands, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really love the color in this scene.
This is definitely like probably the alley where in Solo Han Solo passes. And I really liked how they did Corellia in Solo. I just take out the Han part in it, and that's it.
Uh-huh.
We actually used it.
Yep. There's like a really good atmosphere here, like with the yellow and orange lightings and just the gritty kind of look of industrialization.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I actually thought when watching this today? I thought, who knows, maybe they give a glimpse of young Han Solo, which is something I would be okay with completely. We're just passing by somewhere in the background, although we didn't go to an area on Corellia such as that here.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like
cool thing is,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like atmosphere in a lot of shows and movies is very underappreciated because, like, I think that's what can help set the tone for something. And it just sets a tone like they're about to walk into something really dangerous and they're about to possibly die.
Yeah.
They really did a good job with the lighting here.
You know what? Do you guys remember? Oh no, it's not Corellia actually. For some reason, this reminded me of you guys in Star Wars: The Old Republic on Nar Shaddaa. You have the industrial zone. It really uses the orange color generally, the vibe, similar to this.
Yes,
it really looked like that. I remember. You also had those war droids, like the elite ones and stuff like that. It was really hard.
It would be neat if they could actually go to Nar Shaddaa. That'd be pretty cool.
Why do I have a feeling that we already saw that? I just had a deja vu for some reason when you said that.
I don't know. It's just
I've just been in this place before.
Deja vu. It'd be awesome. Yeah. Like, is this Nar Shaddaa? It'd be awesome.
Yeah. Also, these droids, if I think they're HK units. I've heard something like that. I'm not sure.
Is that like a newer unit of the HKs or whatever?
Yeah, because they're very similar to what we saw in, the episode with Ahsoka in the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she had 2 HK droids, like the modern ones, like the Warlord woman.
Was it the same type or?
It was very similar to this, like the way it looked, especially with the head. Although they call them police droids in this episode, and if they're police droids, if they're actually HK units, they really suck.
Yeah, that was.
But what if they're not HK units?
If they're not HK units, I love them. I like the design. They're good enough.
There's one crucial reason why they can't be HK units, and do you know what that is?
Because they didn't kill any meatbag.
They need to bring up meatbags.
Yeah. I'm gonna check it after, but I don't think they are actually. But they really look like the modern version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Although HK-47 would kick off their asses. And what you know what's a really cool thing? HK-47 is brought back by some random spacers on Mustafar.
Yeah.
Regarding the war, you know that story, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised he actually survived that long.
Yeah, like I remember. We did a lore video on him a while back. It really needs to be remade into a updated and everything. But if I remember correctly, we beat HK-47 when we go and raid Malgus. He had him reprogrammed or something. And then after that, his head gets saved, right? Something like that.
Yeah, probably.
I can't remember correctly, but I think his head was kept by someone, and it was still active and everything, and he was reassembled probably again. And then you find him on a crashed hammerhead on Mustafar thousands of years later, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely. And also the thing with these droids, I really like the paint job that they pulled on them.
It's
It's not a
satisfying.
bad design.
And yeah,
The thing is, the yellow color really fits in well with industrial zone. And plus, at the same time, it also reminds me of Bumblebee from Transformers.
I think they have a similar body to the commando droids.
Yeah, someone actually said that in the comments over there.
And they have the same blasters as the droid army used to have, the B1.
I was gonna say, what if they were a variant of commando droids that are just being repurposed?
Yeah, just slap on a new head and reprogram it, and there you go.
Yeah. Now all we need.
But I think it's a really wasted. It's really wasted if they wasted the commando droid bodies for these type of droids.
Yeah.
Because they're useless now.
I thought that they were going to be much tougher. Although technically they are tougher than the B1s, definitely. That's for sure. And they look like it. But I don't know. For such a nice design, I would expect them to be a bit tougher. Like commando droid type, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Although you guys remember that clones are superior to droids, and these are technically commando clones. Clone commandos,
Yes. Anyways, shall we get back to where we previously were, which was Hunter? I thought we were going to the park. We are Omega, the industrial park. The industrial park. The industrial park, Omega.
Wait, is that what he said?
No, it was just another one of my references.
Oh.
You were talking about industrial parks, and I'm like, I had to.
Also,
that was pretty cool, though.
This scene with Wrecker when he's afraid of heights, I understand him.
God,
I really dislike heights as well. Technically,
I was gonna say I can tolerate going up in a plane, but this is like, ugh.
Going up in a plane is a different thing, bro.
Like I would gladly go skydiving, yet I'm afraid of heights. But it's a different type of height when you're in a high building than skydiving or, going on a plane or anything. It really is different. And if I had a single phobia, that is it. I'm kind of afraid of heights, but I can take it.
I think the difference is that if you're up in a building, you actually do risk falling off. But when you're up in a plane or something, then you're in more control and you have like stuff surrounding you so you won't fall off. And with skydiving, you actually have control where you land and something to cushion your fall. But when you're on top of a building, then you have like nothing.
You know what? Yeah. At least they have railings. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, railings. Those do some really good stuff. They really protect you.
That really helps, because if this was really high, I would go down to the level of the railing, if you know what I mean.
I'd probably vomit.
Because I'd shit myself, kind of. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, we have some Attack of the Clones sounds
Machines
here.
Making machines.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually noticed some of the sounds from episode 2.
Yes.
And the Clone Wars as well.
Yeah, they definitely reuse those sounds.
Literally the same sound when they're going on the, what do you call that thing? The assembly line.
Yeah.
Except this is a disassembly line. And also when these...
this is like the same deal, but this goes way faster. It's easier.
Always easier to destroy than,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a really, well, in comparison to the last episode, in the last episode, it really felt like a filler. But here, generally speaking, we have some new information on what the Empire is up to in regards to the Separatists and to the droids. And it seems, how much time do you guys think passed since episode 1 now? A few months, maybe? 2 months? 1 month? Who knows?
I haven't really counted, but...
I'd say maybe 3 months.
Maybe, huh?
You sure about that? I don't know, man.
Maybe it's too much, because you know how in the Clone Wars we had 3 years. Let's say 4. 22 BBY, 21, 20, and 19. Technically 4 years of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's weird that people keep saying the Clone Wars lasted for 3 years, and technically it lasted for 4.
Yeah, it is technically 4. it just sounds like 3 when you look at it. 22 BBY up until 19.
Yeah.
It's different when you count it mathematically instead of counting the year itself, the one you mentioned first.
It's just like with the 7 Years' War, how they call it that in Europe, yet it lasted for 9 years technically since it started here in the States. It's something like that.
Yeah. And I think it's a nice lore thing, which I would really incorporate into our videos or something, into the editing. Like, for example, what happened to the Separatist droid army? Apparently, they were all disassembled, and yeah, the Empire is working hard, basically.
I mean, of course they'd be disassembled. They ordered a mass shutdown in episode 3.
Yeah.
I wonder why they simply didn't use the droids, the droid army.
They could have. They had perfect cannon fodder right there, and they wasted it.
Yeah, I actually never thought of that. Like, why wouldn't you simply reprogram them to fight for you? Like, if it was so simple for tech to reprogram them in order the tactical droid in this episode to,
you know why I think that?
Yeah,
you know why it probably was? I think it was probably because, and it's in universe too, Palpatine just didn't want the Separatists to become too powerful because it was all part of the plan. He would just make the army as weak as possible and just have them mass produce. Then when the clones came, they would go to war and they would just be in a stalemate with each other. And then the grand plan of the Sith would ensue from there. They would try to paint the Jedi as this, that, etc.
Yeah,
you guys can piece it from there.
Definitely a means to an end for Sidious.
Yeah, he just wanted to use them as a distraction.
And I think it was obvious from the beginning that he didn't give a shit about the Separatists, and he was never going to let them,
Him, Maul, and Dooku basically hijacked it. They all hijacked the movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It reminds me of something today.
Yeah, because Lore Master did a video on how the Separatists were the good guys, as you put it, in a way. And he explained how the Sith basically hijacked the Separatist movement from the Republic.
They actually the Sith actually gave the Separatists a figurehead, which was Dooku.
Yeah, and it was his job. And it was his job to try and paint them as, like, to make them think they were doing something right. Yet in reality, he was painting them as bloody, godless barbarians in a way.
Yeah, the episode in the Clone Wars, it's probably one of the most deep episodes, which is why I love the Clone Wars. I think it's called Pursuit of Peace, when Ahsoka goes to, was it Raxus Prime?
Yeah, Ahsoka and Padme were going to Raxus. They were going to Raxus, and they were...
It was only Raxus, right?
Yeah, it was just Raxus. It wasn't Raxus Prime.
They went there and behind enemy lines to a separatist world, and it's a really good thing to know that technically in any war there is no good side. The enemy is,
it's kind of like it's kind of like a view on life that I have. Like, there is no black and white. It's all gray. Like, everybody is capable of doing this, something good, something bad, or something in the middle. Like, everything's pretty much a gray area.
Very, very possibly. But here, regarding war, it shows that you have innocence on both sides, and the real evil are the leaders. And in this case, one single side orchestrated the entire war. And that's basically how it really goes in real life. You really have a single side working to manipulate two of them,
Yeah, and you never know. Like, there are some leaders that go to war, and some have good intentions, but some are doing it for basically their own selfish needs.
Or maybe they're all simply working for someone to play the game of war, if it's a game at all. Innocent suffer on both sides. There is no good side or evil or bad side. They are the evil, technically, which is what Star Wars is about.
Yeah, exactly. It's about Anakin trying to stop the whole chaos.
What?
It was about Anakin's journey to redemption and to come back to the light and bring balance to the Force.
Well, technically. Although that's more like the will of the Force.
Yeah.
Or if we would say it in real life, the will of God or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I think that Star Wars, when you look at it like on a deeper scale, it really, in a way, without saying it specifically or being direct, it really says how our world works in a way. The way. Just look at Sidious. That's all you need, literally.
Yep.
It says it all, how it really works. So that's really fascinating. We got off topic a bit, but it's interesting to speculate and go deep into this crap.
Honestly, I kind of like doing that because it gives us an opportunity to actually say something that needs to be said, or just like giving some general thoughts on the matter.
I agree. I really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So we have the separatist droid armies being disposed of instead of being used. For some reason, I always felt that Sidious got rid of them because they're very inferior to what he imagined his galactic empire to be. That's how I felt when watching Revenge of the Sith.
I mean, to some degree, they are a little inferior because he never let the droid army grow as an army or upgrade them. The only full upgrade I think he did was the droidicas.
Mm-hmm. And the commando droids to some point.
Yeah, the commando droids as well. And the tactical
and General
droids
Grievous. And General Grievous, but he was technically a cyborg, so... Which I, honestly, when I was like 6 or 7, around that time, I actually thought Grievous was a legitimate droid, but then later on in life, I found out he was a cyborg.
You know what I thought? I thought that he had the Force as well. For some
because
reason.
he's more machine now than Kalish.
I questioned why he had like organic eyes, because I always thought he was a droid until I saw the eyes and like, wait, why does he have flesh for eyes? And then I found out later on he was a cyborg.
When I only knew about the 6 movies back in the day, and before playing Star Wars: The Complete Saga, Lego Star Wars, I was always weirded out. I always thought that every character that has a lightsaber has the Force. That's what I thought. If you have a lightsaber, you're a Force user, which it wasn't true at all. But that was what I thought. And I remember playing General Grievous when you can pick the character, when you unlock them all in the Complete Saga in the episodes 1 to 3.
I mean, that's the fun part.
He didn't have a Force. He didn't have the Force, and it really bothered me.
I was going to say, that's the fun part. You get to leave it up to your imagination to decide. And that's what starts creativity, like having an imagination.
True. And also in Battlefront 2, when playing at Todd's place when we were kids, because I didn't have a computer that was good enough for Battlefront 2, so we played at his place. Same thing with Grievous. He can't jump like all the Jedi. Like, why? He also has the Force,
Yeah, remember that. Like, he could jump, but he could only jump once, and it was a bit higher than your average player, but still not enough. And because with the Jedi, you could jump like 4 times, if I remember correctly.
I was gonna say it sucked that I only had a PS2 because I really wanted to do Order 66. Like, I wanted that mod, but I could never get it because I didn't play it on PC. I was playing it on PS2.
By the way, when we're on the topic of this, have you ever played the Revenge of the Sith game?
No, I have not. I've heard of it, but I never played it.
Because I'm trying to find it somewhere on the internet and play it. Because I know it was only released for the console, but I've heard people say that they have modded it and made it for the PC as well. I only played it once at a friend's place, like 15 years ago. He had it on the PlayStation 2 back then.
Honestly, I think the only way I could probably get the Order 66 mod is if I jailbreak my PS2, because I think that's how you can get mods on the old consoles, but I don't really want to do that because I would probably lose all my data and progress from my previous games.
Oh, so that's what happens.
Yeah, it's just I just don't want to risk losing all my data. That's the thing. Or memory. Well, I want to do it, but I can't.
PC Master Race, bitch.
Fuck you. I mean, you guys are awesome.
Man.
I mean, you guys are awesome, but fuck you guys sometimes. Just because I used inferior stuff doesn't mean you're automatically superior.
No, the thing is, we compared to the PC, everything is inferior and always was. Even back in the day. Just joking.
I know.
But honestly, you can do it. You can do everything on it. And now finding out that I can play games that were never meant for the PC is really something. It's no joke. It's a really good thing. Like I remember Halo was only made for Xbox.
Yeah, Like a lot of things were exclusives to things.
But people simply made it, modded it up or whatever they did to make it be for the PC as well. And
Yeah, they emulated it. Yeah.
Dude, people have been modding Assassin's Creed recently, and it's pretty cool what they came up with for some of it.
Really, I actually never played modded Assassin's Creed.
Well, it's more or less mods for like Black Flag. Like you can play as some of the ships.
Black
that is
Flag
pretty cool.
The best, definitely.
I actually got to try that now that you say it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, look up the Portuguese Man of War mod, and you can even mod it to you and your companions to be like the colonial soldiers that you fight against.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I actually remember.
But anyway, now that you're talking about consoles, the thing I prefer about PCs is how it handles, and plus you get like all in one package. You got internet, you got everything, and mouse and keyboard is way more superior than the joystick.
Yeah,
or the gamepad,
much easier.
Definitely.
I actually never played a lot on the Xbox or the PlayStation 2, except for Halo.
The thing is, I could never get used to the controller.
Do they actually have in shooters? Do they actually have an automatic aim system?
Well,
I
it's
have
not
no
really
idea.
automated. It's kind of like an assist, like you get it as close as you can to to the enemy, and then it just kind of auto adjusts it for you. Yeah. Although I think you can turn that off if you want to. But nevertheless, we went off topic again.
Yeah, well, which we will be doing quite a lot, but it's fun.
Yeah, it is definitely.
That's just how we roll.
Very, very nostalgic, especially when we talk about the good old days, good old games.
Honestly, should we skip a little bit because there's really not much going on? It's just them discussing plans and then just hilarity ensuing. Yeah, let's just cut to the hilarity.
Where is that specifically? Oh, I love.
Yeah, it's funny that they sent Record to get Overwatch, which is way higher.
Overwatch. Oh,
yeah, to provide Overwatch for the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually thought that it was going to turn against them now. Oh, yeah. So with this part. Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I meant by the hilarity.
Okay, so here we are. What do you have to say about this? I mean, we already covered that it's not woke just because they're there. It's more about what they do, and they did nothing woke. For those who are new on the stream.
I wish they just kept the visor down.
Ha. To be honest, I didn't even know it was them at first. But then I saw I saw them take off the visor, and I'm like, whoa. I was not expecting that.
Well, I got a spoiler for it before seeing it, so
the not really a surprise to me. Our childhood. Nothing like the simulation.
Nothing at all like the simulations on Camino.
Yeah, nothing at all like the simulations on Camino.
Definitely, Battlefront 2 is probably one of the best Star Wars games to date, if you ask me. Everyone loves it. Everyone. And also the mods for it are absolutely amazing when you look at it. Unbelievable mod to this day.
They actually did a mod for the planet Jabeam.
Really?
Yeah, it's like awesome. A full on. It's like the main story. It was full on like that. It's like a mission in the main story.
I gotta find that. You know why? You know what I would love?
I'll send you the video.
Send it over. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll send it after the stream though.
No problem. The Jedi, Roblio Darte, he's briefly seen on Jabeam, where he loses an eye or something like that. I would actually... He has a crosscut lightsaber. Although not a typical crosscut, like one smaller blade next to it.
Yeah.
Next to the bigger one. I'd love to see that, actually play that in Battlefront 2.
Are you sure he was on Jabeam? Because I thought he was... I don't think it was him. I thought... No, because I thought every Jedi died except for Anakin and Obi-Wan. Because, the plot.
I think it was him. I'm going to check that, but I think it was him.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Did a video on
it's
him,
just
right?
I only ask because I don't remember him being on Jabeam.
I'm going to check it, but I think he was. I mean, we did hundreds of videos, so I think he was. We're gonna check it later anyway.
Because of Obi-Wan.
Because of Obi-Wan. Okay, anything to add to this?
No,
Yeah,
just
No, let's just
skipping.
keep going. Let's just
Yeah, yeah.
skip.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened here. Did the alarm go off or something when they damaged it?
No, I think. Yeah, Omega slipped up and fired her bow, and then just some alarm went off.
Okay, here they are. Very old Republic looking to me.
Yeah, they definitely have an old Republic feel to them.
Mm-hmm.
And also the typical droid weapons, which is weird. I guess they didn't want to waste them as well, just like the droids.
Yeah, they gave them the weapons, but they melted down the droids.
That's how it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's weird in this episode? Like when they activate the droids and they start fighting with the clones, you can see how the Bad Batch, the Bombad batch.
Good one. Good one.
You can see how the Bombad batch is hesitating on whether to shoot at the droids because then,
Yeah, they're just used to it, man. And also, one thing that was really weird is when they wake up the droids, the B1s actually pull out their guns. So that means they didn't take from the
Actually,
B1s.
wait. Are we? Since we're on Corellia, I have a question. Even though she wasn't on there, where's that Droid Lives Matter droid? I want to see them shoot her.
Oh no!
Where's
that
that DLM droid? I want to see him shoot her.
Yeah, but they destroyed her in Solo, and it was so satisfying.
I think that was the most satisfying moment of the movie.
Despite how much non-existent that character is, if you ask me, in regards to Star Wars, I enjoyed seeing her be destroyed in Solo. Mm-hmm. And I don't like the story in Solo. I just like the designs and the concepts, but I don't like L3. Just destroy it. You got to watch that scene. It's so satisfying.
I know.
You're never so happy when someone dies like L3.
Like you just breathe a sigh of relief and be like, like after crossing the bridge of death.
No, it's actually like when Sidious uses the Force lightning on Mace Windu and it just goes.
Yeah, and he's like,
for some reason, someone edited that scene when he burps, like when he does it. It's, like, it's so good.
No, he's like, imagine if he just imagine if he just soils himself at the end. He's like, then Anakin just asks, "Did you just soil yourself?"
No, when he does that, it seems like he just got horny. He's like,
No, it's like after he's giving a good,
and then he goes on to say,
it's like,
and then he goes on to say that the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities.
Some consider to be unnatural.
It is only natural.
I'm pretty sure out of all the Bad Batch, I think Hunter has the best helmet.
Yeah, because he looks like an actual clone.
Yeah, it's really cool looking helmet.
Oh, you when you just mentioned this, you guys remember? I don't know if we talked with you, Jedi Knight. I don't know if we talked with you regarding the clone designs and.
Yeah, it might have been AK or something.
Oh yeah,
I saw that. Or no, wait, I think you did. What was the conversation again?
Regarding the HKs or
no, regarding the clones.
Clones.
Oh, the clones. Do you remember Force Unleashed, the first mission with Vader and Kashyyyk, PC version?
Yeah, I remember that vaguely though.
You literally
I haven't played Force Unleashed in years.
When you look at it, you technically have two phases of Stormtrooper armor before the regular Stormtrooper armor that we're all used to from the OT and everything. And basically two phases. And technically, well, story-wise, even though Force Unleashed console version, when you go onto Kashyyyk, you have the Trident Squad, like the 501st Stormtroopers, except that their armor is shaped like a Phase 2 helmet, sort of, although has the same shape of it at the top, just like Hunters here, And then you have in the same during the same battle, you have the white ones, the white stormtroopers, who have the regular stormtrooper armor, although with the visor, just like Hunter has here. If you remember those,
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
they made it like a transition period before they actually switched over to the to the actual stormtrooper armor, and then when you play as Starkiller in the next mission, then you can play against the regular Imperials.
But the thing is, technically, despite the two versions of the Battle of Kashyyyk, both are considered canon in the expanded universe, and both of the variants are seen in the same battle. Like you have the Trident Squad ones with the more Phase 2 looking design, and then you have the Stormtrooper ones, which have the visor just like Hunter here does.
Yeah, it's just with the Force Unleashed, though, it's just a very vague memory, so it's hard for me to visualize them.
You can actually see a video very soon on it. I really want to do a video on the transition there because no one covered it ever, and it's such a cool detail. Like two Stormtrooper phases you never saw before, basically. Yes, like most people don't know about it.
I think it's been 8 years since I last played it.
The thing is, the
heresy.
Like 8 or 9.
Unacceptable.
Like 8 or 9 years. I do not commit heresy, and you know that.
You just spoke heresy.
What heresy?
You're doomed.
If I was speaking heresy, I'd be saying. If I was speaking heresy, I would be saying L3 was actually the ultimate character and was GOAT of the entire Star Wars universe.
Me and Todd watched a series called Pillars of the Earth, and there's this priest, when he heard something he didn't like from some guy who defied him or whatever, he just immediately came out and said, "You're damned."
No, you ever seen Monty Python's Life of Brian?
Sort of, yeah.
You must be stoned to death if you say the name Jehovah. And then he's like, Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah. And then all those women disguised as men start stoning the guy up who's commanding them to stone him.
You know what's interesting? I actually visited the set of Monty Python, Life of Brian.
Yes.
In Tunisia.
But also, Luke...
You know the Colosseum scenes?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That was in Tunisia in the Colosseum called El Gem, and I visited it. It's actually in my video for when I visited Tunisia and the filming locations with Star Wars, so you can check it out.
Was it Roman ruins?
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
It was an amphitheater, and it's the second biggest amphitheater in the world.
Yes, and Luke, I must ask, does it amuse you and Todd when I say the name Biggest Dickus? The funny thing is that was all improv, and they were not supposed to be laughing during that scene. They weren't. It was all improv too, which is even better.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that definitely.
I've been watching that scene quite a lot, and it's still one of my favorite clips in the whole franchise.
I'm gonna rewatch everything, and 'tis but a scratch.
A scratch.
Tis but a scratch.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah. Anyway, he'll have this part. We're gonna get back to the topic. Some people have left because of our, review.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, everybody.
I'm pretty sure we talked about everything but the episode.
Yeah, I think we actually covered the most interesting parts of the episode.
Yeah, from here on out, it's only action, pretty much.
Yeah, this episode didn't have too much interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd argue that
just go ahead and keep skipping.
Should we just talk about this? Let's just skip to the part where Wrecker's
and that's gonna be like, yeah, there we go.
Which is right about now.
Yeah. The thing is, they did nice foreshadowing, which a lot of us kind of predicted that this was going to happen. Like basically in the second episode, remember when he said he had a headache,
or
whatever, and in the same episode was it in this? No, it was in the third episode. Tech said something about removing the chips or whatever.
Yeah,
trying to find a way, something like that.
I'm pretty sure Tech's going to be. I'm pretty sure Tech's going to be the guy who's going to remove Wolf's chip. and Gregor's, I guess.
That would actually be really
No, no,
cool,
wait.
unless they already removed them somehow. If I remember correctly, they said that someone said that from Lucasfilm like 5 years ago, when they introduced the Clone Commanders in Star Wars Rebels, they said that Wolf did do Order 66, although removed it later, which is why he had the,
Mm-hmm.
in Rebels when it was shooting.
Yeah, I know.
Although the thing is, he removed it. That's the thing, but it was still in his head when he was about to shoot Kanan.
Maybe because he was exposed to it,
Yeah, it's probably more like PTSD in a way.
Probably, yeah. It just kind of stuck to him,
And you know what's ironic about PTSD, generally speaking, in real life? The people are not shocked because of the things they saw, but because of the things they did. That's the biggest problem. That's why usually people get it. So you know how it works with morality and the conscience, and it doesn't give them rest since they know they screwed up and did evil, let's say that way. So it's probably the same thing with Wolf then, in a way. Kind of like a Vietnam flashback.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting comment over here.
Let's see.
What is it?
I'll bring it up right now.
That's only semi-true.
From a certain point of view.
Oh yeah, just want to mention that Olita Mongoose is the guy who's making the Stormtrooper X fan film of his.
Oh, nice!
That's gonna be
Congratulations.
Yeah, he mentioned that he's using a Battlefront 2 mod for it, in a way. And whatever he comes up with, I'm really looking forward to it because I actually, Stormtrooper X.
I kind of cut there for a second.
I cut off. Is that what you said?
No, it's good. It's good. My headphones cut off, not you.
Oh, okay. The thing is, Stormtrooper X is such a vague character. I don't know if you've heard of him. We did a video recently.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And the thing is, it's just an interesting concept, not a lot of story for him or anything. And Matt Wilkins, for example, he was extremely impressed with the video and that we chose to do something like that. And it seems a lot of people are really enjoying Stormtrooper X, generally speaking, to the point that this guy, a little mongoose, is going to make a fan film of sorts, which, I don't know, it blew my mind in a way. It's such a random character with a special design, and people are loving it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's awesome.
Speaking of fan films, just want to go off topic one more time, but there was this one I do remember. It was called Clone Apart. Do any of you, Todd, do you remember that? Luke?
I do. Yes! It was made from the Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Todd, did you ever see it?
Yes.
We watched it together, I think, at your place about who knows how many years ago.
Yeah.
I think one of the funniest parts is on Utapau where Danson basically just said, "Did that dude just shit out a milk carton?" that gets me every time. He's like, "Did you just shit out a milk carton?" Like, really, the ammo packets do look like milk cartons.
You know what? Thank you very much for reminding me of that. I'm actually gonna watch it before bed tonight.
Because it's like the guy. Awesome. I thought the guy was gonna
sleep, huh?
I don't know if the guy's going to continue it, is the thing, because I think he stopped because of copyright infringement, not infringement, but like copyright issues. But then I thought I heard a rumor that he was going to bring it back, but I have no idea. It'd be great if it returned, though, because I wanted to see what it was left on a cliffhanger, wasn't it?
I actually can't remember. It was such a long time ago. But for everyone that is watching right now, just check out A Clone Apart. Like the series that some guy made. It's hilarious. It's awesome.
It's got some good heart to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, the nostalgia is killing me right now when you mentioned that. That was so cool.
Aren't you glad you have
somebody? Such a long time ago. Like when that came out, not a lot of people made anything regarding Star Wars on YouTube or anything else.
Yeah, it's like one of those early Machinima films or something like that.
Machinima, yeah.
Or Machinima. I keep pronouncing it wrong. Why do I keep pronouncing
Machinima.
Machinima? I keep pronouncing it like that for some reason. I don't know why.
You know what's ironic? Todd once pronounced Salukamai, because I when I was writing a script for some random video like 4 years ago, he pronounced it Salukami.
I used to pronounce it completely different, but I don't even remember what it was.
Like, it's a good thing that you don't remember, right?
Yeah, it's best if you don't remember certain things. Like, childhood was fun, but it's best if you don't remember certain things.
We also, all had our moments.
When we're on the topic of pronunciations, we had a really hard time to figure out how you say, you know the real name of Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah.
Jabba, how would you say the last name? The syllogism.
I don't know. Like, I know I recorded it, right? Because I was watching a video before that, but I forgot.
The syllogism.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You know who's more disgusting than Jabba?
Warlord Zinj.
No, Pizza the Hutt.
Oh, Pizza the Hutt, yeah. Space.
Oh, God, that was
but
so...
You know what? Warlord Zinj was a pain in the ass to record because we didn't know how to read his name. It's literally spelled ZJINJ, I think.
Zinj. Yeah, the other J is probably... I think the other J is silent, isn't it?
Things like that really make me glad that I'm Serbian because it's so easy to read. You basically read the way it's written. You don't have to make up stuff. Because I was
going to say, sometimes I wish my language wasn't Germanic based. Because I think English is Germanic, and along with Austrian, German, and then Dutch.
You guys Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah, but English was, I think, Germanic.
Well, I'm still glad to be a Slav.
Yeah. I think Slavic is actually really hard for some people, isn't it?
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I don't think your alphabet has M in it either, does it? Or is that Russia's?
Does. Of course it does. It does.
No, it was Russia I'm thinking of. There was one country's alphabet that doesn't have certain letters in it. I forgot what it was.
Well, it all depends.
I actually don't even think that's Russian then, because they have it all and even more.
No, wait, it wasn't Russia, it was someone else.
Doesn't matter though.
I know, it's gonna be on my head now. Like once I get something
it's
like
one
this
of those
in my head,
things, it's one of those things. It's just like you check at 3 a.m. so it doesn't, give you sleep until you
it's
check
like getting it's a 3 a.m. type. It's a 3 a.m. thing. You're never gonna stop until it goes away.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, it's almost 3 a.m. Damn. By the way, before we go on, I just want to give a shout out to Task Force Mando, the man himself who's making the Clone Wars Season 0, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. It's basically he's basically tying in the stories from the Tarkovsky Clone Wars from 2003 with Season 1 of the Clone Wars. Like how we went from, that Clone Wars to this one, how Anakin met Rex and everything and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's really awesome, honestly. So if you guys want to check out Clone Wars Season 0, go to his YouTube. He's here in the chat, in the comments.
A lot of fans have actually been doing a lot of stuff ever since the Disney takeover. And that's great.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing that's keeping Star Wars alive, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though I enjoyed the Bad Batch and loved the Clone Wars and Rebels and Rogue One, still without the fans, it's it wouldn't survive because they did more damage than they did good, honestly.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the episode. So Wrecker
here's the part where he gets brain damage.
Yeah.
Negative 10 brain damage, actually.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he has a pea-sized brain.
Knowing Wrecker, I'm pretty sure the inhibitor chip is bigger than his brain.
No, it is. He's got a pea-sized brain.
But the thing is, he's just so lovable. here. I don't know. Wrecker.
I know he's lovable, but he's stupid.
That's why he's lovable. I'm just for some reason
good soldiers follow orders.
Yeah, he said it. So also, I noticed that he heard the voice of Crosshair saying "Good soldiers follow orders."
Was like that Crosshair?
That's pretty cool. He said it himself, or he just said "good soldiers," whatever he said.
Yeah, he couldn't finish the sentence.
But there was an echo of Crosshair there, which was a nice touch. Mm-hmm. Nothing too much, but
maybe that's the echo Trace was hearing.
Sure. And now Crosshair has the Force.
And as Task Force Mando said in the comments, Wrecker is the crazy uncle we all want.
He's like the
that is exactly right.
You know what's ironic? Have you guys noticed that everyone who has an uncle doesn't have his own children and basically treats the kids from his brother or something like that as if they were his? Like every time, it's the uncle, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone has that uncle who doesn't have kids and loves you and gives you cool stuff from somewhere or whatever.
Yeah,
that's Shrekker. I mean Wrecker.
I can actually picture Wrecker being like Shrek. He's like, "Stay in my swamp." Stay in my swamp.
There's actually a meme. Just type in Shrek and Wrecker. You'll see them. I'm actually going to post that meme tomorrow or something like that on the community tab.
Oh God.
Basically, don't worry. Shrekker is not real. Shrekker doesn't exist. Then you have 2 dots.
Just like
Shrekker.
Oh God.
The image of him edited. Just imagine Shrek with 1 white eye and in the Bad Batch armor.
Why do people post images of that? Like, this isn't real. It can't hurt you. And then it just does a cursed image of something or someone.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I can't figure out anything clever to compare it to.
There's also a joke about Rex. Shreks can't hurt you. It's like a green armored Rex with the ogre ears coming from the helmet. Also, I really enjoyed that the hunter here used 2 pistols.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting seeing him like that because he only used 1.
He only uses 1 and a knife, basically, the vibro knife.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this was a good opportunity for him to whip out another.
He's opening up a can of whoop ass.
Yeah,
and I'm all out of gum.
This scene here is definitely supposed to be the mirroring they always talk about in regards to Attack of the Clones. Definitely. Like, how Padme was going to be filled up with lava.
Yeah. Omega was about to be drowned in lava.
Yeah, this is more of a Lord of the Rings reference when Sam's holding Frodo.
Yeah. Only Omega didn't get a finger bit. She didn't get her finger bit off.
Frodo. And carry you.
Did they ever attach Frodo's finger again? Like, did they ever reattach it?
No, I don't think they did.
Oh.
No, it was a price he had to pay. He got off soft, I think.
So it's basically like the assassins before Ezio. They had to chop off their ring finger in order to make the hidden blade work.
The blade needs a sacrifice.
Yeah, Altair actually... I think it was Altair that actually made the plans to modify it, and then Da Vinci gave it to... Or Ezio gave it to Da Vinci to actually fully put it into practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that actually just the reference to Avengers with the Soul Stone? The Soul Stone demands a sacrifice.
Well, actually, Assassin's Creed came out before that, so...
No, I know that, but you know what came to mind?
Yeah, I know.
You know that Geonosis mission when you're going to fight against Count Dooku in the complete saga, like your Star Wars? The mini kit demands a sacrifice.
Oh, right. I remember that.
Yeah, you got to jump off.
That was great. I always did that. I'm like, and I never, even though the quote wasn't a thing at the time, I was like, it got me thinking when I saw it. I'm like, holy shit, I really did demand a sacrifice.
Yeah, and you know what the sacrifice is? To losing the purple studs and the blue ones that are worth like 10,000
Billions.
for the regular ones.
What was really satisfying in the complete saga was that little Lego City style level you can go to. It was just really satisfying going in there and just collecting the studs and just destroying everything.
Oh yeah, the one with the timer, right?
Yeah, it was the secret level where you had to collect all the purple and blue studs.
Yeah, you know what I remember in regards to that? Like, when you're trying to, for the first time, when you're getting the studs, it's very slow. You know, you want to get the boosts like times 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get
It's
to drive
very
the little
hard.
car.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's very hard to get that many studs. But when you buy those boosts, like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like when you buy the boost, then when you collect like one single stud, it just goes all the way up.
yeah, it goes all the way
Like
up.
literally the first thing you destroy, you're pretty much full on Jedi.
Yeah, and not
True
only that, like,
Jedi.
when you're trying to get the studs to buy everything there is to buy in the game, it becomes too easy immediately. As soon as you get the
ever
boost.
since the first boost, it's just easy.
That was so cool.
I just love that game, dude. I've played through it so many times.
Dude, who hasn't played
Honestly,
any
I
of the
don't
Lego
think-
games?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Not
the
a Star-
complete saga
I
is one
would
of
go
my
out of
favorites.
my way. I would go out of my way and say, not a Star Wars fan to play that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it is our the Lego games are our sacred text. They're our Bible. We have to preach it to them and just say, we must read from the sacred text or play from it in this case.
but I mean, technically, I would say that the sacred texts would be, yeah, definitely Lego Star Wars games, Battlefront, the old ones,
KOTOR.
KOTOR, and I'd say Force Unleashed, but more KOTOR, maybe more, because it's more legendary.
Yeah, it's just a gold mine
Yeah,
of lore and everything. It's just cool stories in there all over the place.
yeah, like 20 years, almost 20 years later, we're still referencing KOTOR, like in every single live stream, in every single episode here.
One thing about, actually, one thing that was inspiring me for my High Republic fix is one thing I'm also going to do with it that KOTOR 2 did was be a deconstructivist take on Star Wars and just talk about more like philosophy and stuff. Because philosophy has always been like an interest for me.
Well, then you go into the story of Kreia, and that whole story is the philosophy, basically. The conundrums of Kreia.
Yeah, and some of the characters are even going to reference her and the teachings of Mitra, Atten, Beodur, Visas, Mikal, Brianna, Mira, those guys.
Yeah.
Like reference their teachings in a way.
Anyway, Echo. Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of the scene. Let's get out of the
Yeah,
scene
just go
before I
ahead
cringe.
and skip there.
Actually, is it possible to cringe yourself to death?
With what?
Well, it is in this scene.
I mean, like, just cringe so hard until you die.
With this scene.
Yeah, just go ahead and skip it, please.
No, because there was some thought.
Yeah,
no, go ahead, Luke.
No, go on.
No, there was. What's funny is that for years, I've thought about this, and it's kind of scary, but also true. Anything and everything can actually kill you. Like, think about that long and hard.
In what way?
Like, you can literally
too much laughter, you lose breath and you die.
No, just think about it, like everything and anything can and will kill you in some way, shape, or form.
I think the best way for me to go would be too much Lego. Like, get buried on the Lego.
For me, it's just having rain pelt my car so hard that I can't see it, and then I just crash off a cliff. My bad.
Why?
Because funny. And you don't see it coming, literally and figuratively. It's so genius and original.
And they don't stop coming.
They don't stop. No, one of my friends found that remix. And that was stuck in my head for like a week. And they don't stop coming remix.
Somebody once told me
the world is gonna
roll me. I ain't the
I
sharpest.
ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
I know it so well you wouldn't believe it. It's my
Yeah, and you
favorite
have it.
song.
Yeah, you even told me you had it as a ringtone.
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure
only
he still does.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
And the thing is, in regards to a ringtone, that's the only ringtone that never gets old. Because after 2 weeks of any other ringtone, I get sick of the song.
Yeah, that's because people keep calling you. I got the same problem here.
Yeah. And then I changed it to All Star, and it's been there for years now.
You know, it's funny though. People start calling me every time I get on a video game or something like that.
It's annoying as hell.
Yeah, it's never when I'm doing nothing. Like it's always when I want to enjoy.
I think
Also,
it's
guys-
just timing and bad luck. That and nobody
know.
ever knows what you're doing.
Bro, I got a ton of that.
Yeah, especially this year. Like, a ton of bad luck. If we can even
Yeah.
call it that.
That's the
Also,
thing.
guys-
Like that's
All right, let's just
Oh,
keep switching through these scenes.
yeah. There's.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I actually want to talk about this.
Which one?
The separatist droids reactivating.
Okay.
That was actually. I just have to say that this scene, it felt good to actually hear their voices again and to just see them like just jump down and be like, "Let's fuck some shit up." Like this our spot. We're gonna just fuck everything up.
You know what? When you said that, when I first saw this scene today, for some reason it felt like a real continuation of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. And the thing
Really?
is, I
Really
really like the comment that one B1 droid made and just said,
He's
"Did
like,
we win?"
Did we win?
Yeah.
That was awesome, dude.
No,
Matthew
it's
Wood
funny.
Beck.
It's funny because like when you look at it now, the droids they're like, "You screwed with us for years. Like this is our spot. We're gonna take it."
And it's really good to see them fighting alongside the clones. I'd love to see more of that. Like,
It's interesting though; they're melting down perfectly good rifles as well.
Yeah, their weapons are actually pretty. Despite the fact they were very incompetent, both in Legends and canon, and in the Clone Wars, they were
I mean,
actually
it's a-
pretty powerful weapons. Like they
I mean,
actually
it's
had
a
pretty good
functional
weapons.
weapon, man.
No, but like some of them are actually pretty deadly, especially the snipers. In Battlefront
Mhm.
2, it was I don't know why, but it was so satisfying in the first one and the second one just to actually no, it was the first Battlefront game just to
Shoot
hear
the
the
clone in
droid
the head.
sniper sound. Yeah, it was like
a beam. Yeah.
no, I love the sound it made in the first one too. It was like
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on the snipers from the 2003 Clone Wars?
snipers in the 2003 Clone Wars.
You know when they basically when Captain Fordo crashes on what's the planet called again? I forgot now.
Munilist.
Munilist, yeah. And suddenly the snipers start shooting. It's like a machine gun. That sniper rifle.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I think a lot of things were weird in that series, specifically because of the style that he does. Like he,
I mean, Gendy had a really good style though. He really did.
But the thing is, a lot of things are extremely overpowered in his style because of his style. Not because
like you can compare that, and then you can compare the scene with when Rex gets shot on Seleucamite. Also by a sniper, you know.
Single shot.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
that's
single shot. It's the way it's meant to be, you know.
A lot
And
of
you
the
know-
reasons why I think his stuff is overpowered is because he prefers to let the action do the talking instead of the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
True. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes I'd prefer the other. You know, in regards to
Like-
law, it still works. You know, without a problem. In regards to the rest of the stuff, it works perfectly without a problem. But
For me, I prefer to have like consistency, if you know what I mean.
yeah, sort of. And when you talk about consistency, remember how the Phase 2 clones looked in the Tarkovsky.
Yeah.
Like they didn't look like Phase 2s from the movie, from Revenge of the Sith, when it came out. Like slightly similar but slightly different, as if they didn't give him the exact design they were going to use in Episode 3. That's how it felt like to me.
Yeah.
So he just worked with what he got. So that wasn't really completely consistent. But like I remember Mace Windu, destroying droids with his bare hands. That was like off the charts when you look at it. It was Force Unleashed level of, power in that series. With everything, basically. And when Yoda and Mace Windu push back like the entire droid army with a force push. As if they were Starkiller. So yeah, I just got off topic a bit. Anyway, let's move on. I really hope that in the future we're going to see some separatists that, weren't decommissioned and survived and are now fighting against the Empire, just like on Mustafar. And I'd love to see the Bad Batch and some surviving clones like Rex, Gregor, Wolf fight alongside some, rusty droids or something against the Empire in some instances, which would be cool, I think. In some way, shape, or form, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be cool to see.
Oh, you know what's a really good detail here? Look at the blaster that he's using. He never uses that, which means that they're really out of resources.
Yeah, they just have to resort to using like basic clone weapons instead of the more high quality stuff they have.
Yeah. Nice detail there.
Omega finds her bow.
Finds?
Yeah, well, more like gets it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then she actually starts improving at the end.
The thing is, I think they pulled some same stuff they pulled in episode 8 when the knife disappears.
The knife?
Really?
Yeah, because the thing is, her bow fell down, and then all of a sudden she's just got it.
I'm actually gonna have to check that. I'm not sure completely.
Yeah. At least it reappeared, unlike the knife.
Because the plot required it to.
Yes, the plot in The Last Jedi just didn't exist, so everything was a free-for-all. It was every man and woman for themselves.
Yeah.
It's ironic. Disney Star Wars generally. Episode 8 doesn't have a plot, and the Mandalorian is plot armor himself.
To be fair to Episode 8, though, it worked better as a standalone instead of part of the actual Star Wars franchise. Like it felt like it was just meant to be a standalone instead of being part of the story.
Yeah, because the thing is, it was like a mini story.
Yeah,
nothing really happened.
Yeah, I think
he focused more on deconstruction than he did actual plot.
Yeah. Imagine if The Last Jedi was actually the ending of their Star Wars, if I can even call it Star Wars. Like, it's so miserable in a way. You have like a band of 15 rebels on the Falcon. Yay, we survived. Like, Yes.
Like, what are you gonna do with 15 guys?
Also, guys, is this the same ship that they had in the Clone Wars? Like the Angel thingy? Silver Angel, was that the name?
Yeah, it's the same one.
I'm cringe like that. Okay, here we have the thumbnail.
Their ship sounds like the name of a pirate vessel, or it sounds more like the name of a pirate vessel than it does a Star Wars one.
I don't know. To me, it sounds more like an idiot named it. Like, it doesn't feel like Star Wars, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it feels more like a pirate ship or
something.
Yeah.
Silver Angel. I don't know what association I'm getting with that.
Yeah, I remember in Cutthroat Island, it was Morning Star was the ship, right? Yeah, it is. It was.
Like the Mace, the Morning Star. Based in. Also, I think this scene is one of the deepest ones in this entire series. For everyone watching the droid here, it's R7 from it's Ahsoka's droid from the Clone Wars. And as we mentioned earlier, it most likely was rebuilt, just like R2 was rebuilt thousands of times, when it was destroyed completely. It seems like R7 was rebuilt, and you can see it in the last episode of the Clone Wars, right? The remains of it right next to the Y-Wing. So this is most likely Ahsoka's droid. And also we have Wrecker with the headache. Also, he got shot again.
Yeah.
He needs
his teddy bear.
seems like the Catan class armor is actually worth a damn in comparison to the regular clone armor.
Definitely.
And it looks heavily armored.
That's exactly why they're using it.
Yeah. But I think the droid is the biggest thing in the entire episode when you look at it. It's specifically because we have something to speculate about because of the droid and because of the recording at the end. I'm just going to skip to that part. Yeah, here's the hair. Really dislike the shit hair. But
Literal.
at least they're not woke characters. They just look like typical,
I think if you just change their designs a little bit, like maybe just let's say give them a time skip, they may change their designs again. You never know.
Yeah, I think they don't bother me, which is what I like. They didn't bother me in the Clone Wars. The only thing that did was because they gave us their arc instead of the Utapau one or something like that. But still,
which is really sad.
They're not completely shit characters, if you ask me. They just don't look that good. They give me the association for feminism and crap like that, sadly.
They need a design edit. That's just all they need.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
They just need a haircut.
Definitely.
Just shave their heads entirely and then start over. That's what I'd do.
I mean, I'm okay with Rafa, sort of, but she needs a haircut here, definitely. Like, make her bald or anything. Give her a hat.
I mean, when Rafa's wearing that coat, she kind of looks like a female pimp.
She basically is a female pimp, and she pimps her sister.
Just like she's just that pimp on Coruscant that just stands in the street corner, hoping to be like, "Hey, come on, let's go have some fun time."
I agree.
I'll take it back to my garage, and I'll fix your spark plug.
Yeah, have a couple of death sticks.
That could really work in her outfit from the Clone Wars in the first episode that she appears in. She looks like a pimp, basically.
Yeah. What if she actually was?
Well,
it wouldn't really be surprising.
True, but Star Wars is meant to be PG, so.
Yeah, no, like in my High Republic series, I thought about doing some pretty, like, I wouldn't say gory and graphic stuff, but like I thought about doing some more mature things, but then again, I remembered what you guys said from the last stream. It might be better just to keep everything like PG-13.
Well, you have to define graphic. What do you mean by it? Because Revenge of the Sith is PG, right?
I thought about showing some blood in some cases.
Well, we do see blood on many occasions in Star Wars, but it doesn't have to be some. You know what I mean? Ponda Baba's arm or something like that. It's no big deal, but it's still PG.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing any sex scenes. That crosses the line.
I completely agree.
Yeah, no sex. No, like I can have romantic relationships, just of any kind, honestly, but no sex scenes. That's too far.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that generally Star Wars under Disney should keep away from crap like that. Generally speaking,
like they've kind of been doing that actually. If you think about it,
they have. I know, especially in the High Republic, which is why I dislike it so much.
Yeah,
but they should simply do it the way George did. The natural thing: Anakin, Padme, Han Solo, Leia.
And focus on an actual story.
Yeah, it serves the story, and you don't have to show anything apart from them hugging each other. Maybe a single kiss, and that's about it. Like that. Yeah. That's where it ends, I think, at least.
Yeah.
I guess that's where it always was, in the original Star Wars.
Yeah, and they never shoehorned anything into it. It was always something that is a general law of humanity, let's say that way, of biology. Nothing out of the ordinary. And that's
honestly, I'm gonna do things the natural way too, but if I'm gonna do like someone who's same sex, I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm not gonna do it for pandering. I'm just gonna because that's not the point. The point I'm making is that I want to create something good. I don't want to send some sort of like activist message or anything. I just want to do it for the sake of just having fun, creating likable and fun characters, and just loving and talking about this kind of stuff again. Like, just be creative. Don't pander. It doesn't get you anywhere.
You know, when you mentioned this, I read a comment today, which is so true. Have you guys noticed that Hollywood doesn't know how to make a better villain than society, if you know what I mean? Every time bad society is evil, it's bad, we need to change it. In every single act of it, bullshit.
I mean, I like sympathetic villains too, but I feel like they've also been making too many.
You mean like
They've been making
Joker?
Not really Joker. I didn't see that movie, so I don't really know exactly what's going on. But I'm talking about like Thanos was the best sympathetic villain because he had good intentions, but he was doing them for the evil way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about like in a like broad kind of general statement. Like I feel like in some cases they've been making people with too many sympathetic backstories instead of making someone who's like actually pure evil. Like Palpatine.
Well, the thing is, there is that old saying, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So,
yeah, it's no joke, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arthas from World of Warcraft is a perfect example of that.
Anakin as well, when you look at it.
Yeah,
but Arthas more so because he literally got hell for it.
Well, the thing is, Arthas is literally Anakin, but from Warcraft.
That doesn't mean they can't be redeemed.
That's actually what I'm hoping for Arthas, honestly.
Yeah.
Wait, Warcraft
really
isn't...
Yeah, we know how it ends for Anakin, but I want to see...
I was going to say, World of Warcraft's not done yet.
Exactly. They still have a long way to go.
Interesting.
Yeah. Some things could be better, you know?
I'm pretty sure they still haven't got to the part, you know, with Arthas, right?
No, not even close.
Yeah. That's what I'm on about. They still have a chance to make the story really good.
Interesting.
He
get him redeemed.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, let's get back to the ending of the episode, which is where we're gonna end this live stream discussion or review, whatever you want to call it.
I think this really is the last thing we need to talk about. There's nothing else that comes after that. What came after that?
Before the hologram opens, I just want to say the color of the droid is different now.
Or is it the same droid?
No. The color of the droid is different, man.
Must have been a computer edit. It must have been a computer edit or error or something like that. Or they just, I don't know, something happened.
No, seriously though, in the chat, if anyone has any theories or anything, or in the comments, is this a mistake? Did they actually make a mistake? Is this supposed to be the way the droid was? Was the green R7 thing a mistake? Or is this a different droid? Or is this...
So maybe what happened is maybe this is after the scene where they were given the, information rod, and then they handed over the information from the tactical droid. And with the information, I guess they handed the droid as well, and this is like a new one or something. I don't know.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's done on purpose for us to speculate now and have fun with it.
Probably, yeah.
Because I don't know how someone could make such a big mistake when you look
and not notice it. Yeah, I think this was done on purpose.
Because every time they make an episode, they watch it countless times before it's done. The same way we do our videos. I watch it about 50 times every video before it's completely done to check that everything is okay as I envisioned it to be, So I'm guessing they do it 10 times more. So maybe it's done on purpose. Who knows?
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, shall we talk about the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
Mainly.
Honestly, I've heard some theories about this. And
the thing is how the cape goes not really the cape, but the back piece of the clothing, how it goes in an angle downwards. It could even be Bail Organa, how he's wearing it.
Yeah,
but
that's a good one.
Then again,
that was the first thing that I thought, Bail Organa. But at the same time, then I remembered the droid, even though it's not the same one here, as far as I can see.
Yeah, this is a different one.
Either Bail Organa or...
I have to say, they're doing a good job at keeping it a mystery of who it is.
Yeah, they did a good job even in season 1 of Rebels in regards to who Fulcrum was, and I think they're doing a similar thing now. But I think my best guess would be that this is Ahsoka, if the droid was in fact R7. And to tell you the truth, I like it. Why not? But at the same time, in every show they do, it's always Rex and Ahsoka. You know, like in Rebels, that was a really nice surprise. I absolutely loved that they added them there because that was the first show after the Clone Wars. Then they brought back the Clone Wars, and of course we got the same characters. And now this is technically the 4th show. I mean, I'm not really counting the Mandalorian. We did get Ahsoka, but I don't really care about it at all. But this is the 4th show, and once again, it's probably going to be Ahsoka for the 4th time. Well,
I'm starting to wonder if that whole rumor about Quinlan Voss showing up in this is going to be true.
Yeah, there's someone in the comments says they refer to their contact as he.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Then what if it's a completely new character?
And also, he says, I think it's Maul they're contacting.
Yeah, I actually heard that theory as well. Who knows? But maybe that's true because these sisters are really good at getting into trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely not their first time.
Although,
maybe it's certainly not the last.
Maybe this has something to do with Fennec Shand. Who knows?
But then again, why did they refer to him as he?
Maybe it's the someone who is above Fennec Shand that they're also working. I have no idea. I mean, I thought it was Bail Organa, maybe Mon Mothma, Ahsoka or something, because of the droid specifically.
Yeah, Mando here says it's Caleb Dune, maybe.
Caleb Dune?
I doubt it.
It seems very much taller for a Caleb.
Yeah,
Dune.
I think it's a bit too early for that.
Yeah, he's still a kid, and he's
still. I think he's still hiding. Yeah, on what's it called?
He's
on Collar or whatever.
Collar, yeah.
And working with the guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Someone asked, is Cad Bane still alive? Well, technically, if I don't think so. If the scene is considered as canon, which I would gladly take.
He's probably not alive. I think Boba killed him.
And honestly, that's a very good ending for Cad Bane because Boba is this, supposed legendary bounty hunter, and Cad Bane is an even bigger badass than him. So you know
who that is on the hologram?
Who?
It's Ram Koda, boy.
If it was Ram Koda, I would be so happy about that because I'm like, yes, we'd be seeing a green lightsaber again.
That too. And
that is a perfect opportunity to get a green lightsaber in there.
Because I need more. I need more green blades. It's my favorite. It's my favorite color. It's the one I want for my personal one. I just need a green blade again.
Honestly, I would love for it to be Ram Koda. You know why? Imagine seeing. I mean, we have Saw Gerrera, like the first rebels against the Empire already immediately. Technically, they're the first rebels.
Yes.
Some other rebels who would also be considered the first rebels would be Ram Koda's militia. Imagine seeing them in this type of animated form.
Kodo is such a good character, man. Like right off the bat, and I really like how he had his suspicions against the clones.
Is his voice actor still alive? Do we know?
Yeah, he is. Thank God.
Who voiced him?
I don't know specifically, but it's quite easy to find out. Just type in Ram Koda and go to the behind the scenes, and you'll see who.
Yeah, I'll look it up later.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrated guy, honestly.
Is it also one of those things at 3 a.m. that you got to check?
Yeah.
And I think we've been delving way too much into 3 a.m. stuff that we're all going to be up at 3 a.m. thinking about this.
Well, it's 3:30 right now, so
yeah. I got to wake up at 4 tomorrow, so because I'm opening at work.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got to be up at 4 a.m. and then, yeah.
Poor bastard.
Not really. Not really. I feel much worse for you guys because you're pretty much up at. You're in a completely different time zone, and you're always up this late for some reason.
The thing is, we're always up this late.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah. Are you drinking those weird energy drinks?
No,
not anymore. I'm really trying to get well.
No, I haven't had an energy drink in I think over a year.
Good, because those things are kind of crap.
Yeah.
I don't think they really do much.
I know, man. I know.
Yeah, I just went into alcohol.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I stopped with coffee 2 years ago, and I stopped smoking 3 years ago. So, yeah, I'm good.
And I
do like to have a couple of beers, though.
And I never even had a cigar in my entire life, ever.
Neither have I.
And I never will. I don't see the appeal for it. I don't understand. So yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah.
So
Rum Coda it is.
We covered
right?
everything. I think we covered everything pretty much, have we?
Yeah, definitely.
I guess we did.
The thing is, now I'm not going to be able to sleep because in my head I have these images of the Ram Koda's militia just fighting against the Empire in this animated form.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so amazing.
Yep.
It's a fool's errand, boy.
Yep, Todd, you were right. 3 a.m. shit.
Exactly, man.
Imagine if someone made a fan film in this animated style, just like they did with the Mustafar.
They can. Yeah, they are. Like it's the Mustafar. I was gonna say the Mustafar scene.
Yeah. In regards to that, imagine if someone did it with Ram Koda and the militia.
AVE to it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Vader sends a boy to fight me.
I always
love how we know the
months of attacking Imperial targets, and Vader sends a boy to fight me. We should make that into a meme.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Now, seriously, Ram Koda is very memeable, although not a lot of people know about him, but they will when we cover him on the story and, get those memes out. When he loves to say boy.
The thing is, he's a really likable character. Yeah.
And he just loves to call Starkiller boy.
His lightsaber is really cool, too.
I guess he sees himself as a father figure to Starkiller or something.
Yeah.
You guys remember that scene when they're looking for Bail Organa? And he's like, I want to talk to Bail Organa. Where is he? You can't talk to him because I can't find him. He just immediately gets mad.
He's just a blind drunk on Cloud City.
Yeah.
That's all his life is devoted to now. Just being a blind drunk.
Remember the theories regarding him and Kanan and stuff like that. Like being blind or whatever. Like, nah, they're two separate characters as far as I'm concerned in the same universe. But Ram Koda would be amazing.
He would indeed.
You know what also would have been cool, which is never going to happen? Seeing him in the Clone Wars with his militia.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. At least a glimpse of it. One episode. Just one episode. Yeah. Having his armor maybe a bit different with the Republic symbol,
if not one episode, just one scene where, like, let's say a squad of clones needs reinforcements, and then Ram Koda just flies in with his boys and helps them out. Just like they did with what's it called? Clone Force 99 here in the first episode.
Yeah, something like that would be enough to make me so happy.
Yep. Anyways,
Disney insists on having its fans not happy at all for some reason. I don't know what. I mean, we know the reason. They're pieces of shit, but why? They could love you. Like, the fans could absolutely love what Disney's doing, but they're constantly insisting on going against us every time.
And that's the sad thing. Anyways,
yeah, that really is sad.
I really love that we have all this recorded, that I can watch it, years from now and enjoy the, the fan.
Is this also going to be one of those things you just watch at 3 a.m.?
What is with you in 3 a.m. stuff?
Nothing.
Like, seriously, what is with you in 3 a.m. crap?
I guess it's just time to cut this thing, man.
Yeah. Do you mind if? Yeah. Anyways, do you mind if I make the announcement about the thing again?
Do it.
No, not at all. Go it.
Do it.
Yeah, everybody. What did you just call me?
Do it, boy.
I'm giving you a very blank expression right now. Very blank.
You know what's ironic? I don't even know how you look.
Do you want to see it sometime?
Is this 3 a.m. talk?
No.
No, this is more 4 a.m. talk.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
You know what? That was so gay. It's basically like, do you want to see it?
I love this stuff. Like I miss doing this kind of stuff every day. Because it used to be like you can actually no, because you could actually have a conversation, have fun with it, and then just now it's just crap.
Anyway, you can go on with it, boy.
Yeah, go ahead and make your announcement.
Shut up. Anyways, so June 15th, Fix the High Republic stream. Yeah, anyone wants to come on, you're welcome to.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. We should get people on while we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's what we can talk about the characters from Disney's that I'm using and what we can do with them, some of which I already told you, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, I guess it's time to end this. It was good talking to you guys again, by the way.
And so it is. I guess it's time for you to leave, sir.
I'm sorry, sir, but it's time for you two to leave.
I'm sorry, boy, but it's... You know what? I'm guessing they can see us now. The names and the images, like I wasn't able to see, this window here because of the episode, but how did you enjoy the newest episode of the Bombad batch?
We are lucky. We got Jar Jar Binks.
It was an elegant episode for a more civilized age.
I would really...
Yeah, I definitely prefer this episode over the last one. Or the previous one, I should say.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping to get some more Empire stuff, dude.
Yes.
Because we haven't seen that in a while, bro. Like, they just keep giving us fillers and, like, just bits of the main story, which is really sad.
Yeah.
After all, they are the sad batch.
Next week, though, we'll probably get some.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I don't know how many episodes are there per season, though.
16.
Okay, then we still have some room, though. I guess they're gonna give us some like in the middle of the season, and then they're gonna do a couple fillers like they were doing right now, and then finally, I guess like the final 2 or 4 episodes, they're gonna do something nice.
You know what? When you mentioned that, I've noticed the episodes are very short for me now. Like after the first one, which was 70 minutes, this is really short now. Even though regular Clone Wars episodes were this long all the time, it didn't feel that short then. But for some reason, this feels very short for me now. And just imagine having an awesome episode like when they, lead on to... It's probably going to be the 8th one, like the mid-season finale, So I'm guessing the 7th one is also going to be another one like this. And then the 8th one's going to be, boom, Crosshair, the new recruits and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's very short. I think doing something like that, they need a longer episode for it.
Yeah,
I've noticed the first episode is 70 minutes. Second one is 27. The third one is 24, and now they're all 22.
Yeah. There's even a meme for it when Obi-Wan's standing by the elevator and says, "R2, we need to be going up, not down."
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So I really hope that when those episodes come, that they're at least 30 minutes. This is too short.
Hopefully, man.
Hopefully they get all the filler out of the way soon.
What I would love them to do is just devote like 20 minutes of the episode to the Bad Batch and then another 20 to the Empire side of things.
Yeah.
Or at least another 10,
Yeah, or they could just do it in a pattern like 10 minute, 10 minute, 10 minute. Like one with the Empire, one with Crosshair, all that.
Yeah. Just kind of skip over it.
I think a good thing would be, imagine doing like building something up with one side, for example, and then shows do that a lot of the time, but this would be like a series where you focus on 2 different storylines. instead of just going with one linear one. And like, for example, you build up the Bad Batch storyline here, and then you have a cliffhanger. And then instead of, giving the fans what they want, you go onto the Empire side.
Then you build up the Empire until you get to the very same point, in the story, and then you mix the two stories together.
Yeah,
maybe something like that. But the thing, it's like, those series like Arrow season 3, for example. You think that Oliver Queen is killed by Ra's al Ghul, for example, and then that's the mid-season finale, and you don't know if he's actually killed by him. And then instead of finding out in the next episode immediately, they make you wait a few more. Well, that I think that would be in a way fun but annoying thing to do with the Empire side here.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Because I'd rather see the Empire anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is where we're gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure doing this again, and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be off work then, but probably not. It was good talking to you guys again. Definitely,
boy.
Definitely, it's always a pleasure, man.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Yep, mate.
Sure thing, man. Have a good one. And as for you guys in the chat, have a good day or night, wherever you are.
Yep, you rebel scum.
Be with you.
Be with you.
You rebel scum.
Boy.